Morning. It's now 4:25. It's taken a little while longer to get the trailer bolted on than expected. So I've been on a bit of a wild goose chase. Sleep? No. Must be. Flushed you twice, mate. So yeah, bit of a. I know the place that I'm going to. I've never been there before, but I've heard they're a bit of a pain in the arse. So on the notes, you know, if you're late, there's £1,000 fine. So I'm not going to be late unless there's a natural disaster. And it also says about paperwork required. Well, I've been doing boxes 4 years now. I've never once taken paperwork to a place other than the notes that we print off ourselves or the notes that I hand write. So that's the paperwork they're talking about. But I didn't know there was any special paperwork. So yeah, I'll hand write some out and go from there. So it's 4:27. I started at quarter to, no, 3:35, 3:30. So I dumped the trailer in the yard last night, and that's been whizzed off to be loaded onto a boat to go to wherever it's going. And then my trailer hadn't arrived, then my box was still on the quay, so overnight the night man got it for me, dumped it in the yard, and I collected it this morning. That's the way to do it. That's what we need down our end. Night man. On and off the docks 4 or 5 times.
Go left on the roundabout and take the first exit, A14, towards Ipswich.
So M25 going round the top is all the cog.
Left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
Shut, making me go through down into London, and I'm not having any of that. So I'm going around the bottom. Got plenty of time. At the moment, I've got around 2.5 hours of wiggle room because you can't be late. Come on. I've had my fair share of 20-foot boxes this week as well, and trailer changes. That's another change.
Follow A14 towards Woodbridge for 11 miles.
So I suspect I'll be in the yard tonight in Southampton. Then again, it depends how long it's going to take me to tip in here. That's the thing, it depends on how long it takes to tip a binky. Yeah, nearly said the word. Yeah. It's their main distribution centre. Go on, go. Sort yourself out. So Felixstowe was kind to me. Easy run on the docks yesterday. Just into the empty park. And an easy run out of the container yard. Well, that was the fastest I've ever had a box on. It was like 6 minutes, I think. And the only hold up in there was me because I couldn't find a reference number for the box. I ended up with 3 reference numbers, 2 of which were incorrect. So, as there's not a great deal to see here, and I'm just going to be waffling, talking shite. I know some of you like the talking shite bit, but yeah, not much to see along here. I'll speak to you later. Hello. Well, for those of you that are eagle-eyed, this is the M25. And I'm going anti-clockwise, going around the top. So it's all open by the time I got there. So there ain't a lot in it, to be totally honest. When you come off the A12, I think it's about 15 minutes. It takes 15 minutes longer-ish. That's what it's telling me. By the time I'd done all the road diversions and everything like that. No, it was 15 minutes. Oh, I don't know. It was quicker, 15 minutes quicker. But now the roads are open, obviously going this way is quicker. I've come down from up north once and the M25 was all shut and I had to go down into London and go round the North Circular and it was just a ball ache. Thankfully it was a quiet time of the early hours of the morning, so it was quiet, but even so, still added a considerable amount of time. So it looks like it'll be another beautiful day. It's currently 6 degrees. It's now 6 o'clock in the morning. Still in my shorts. Heading towards Swindon. Should have finished all the roadworks on the M4 now. Quite interesting to see. See if they have. Entirely sure where I'm going to stop. I'd like to stop at Membry because that means I'm only half hour away, 20 minutes away from where I need to be. It all depends on my bladder. So it could be Newbury, could be Reading. On DRS, get on with it. You got yourself out there, come on. Life a bit easier, shall I? I'll drop my speed back. If you're maxed out and I'm maxed out at 55, you know you ain't gonna. You've got a mile an hour left to play with, haven't you? Why would you do it? kindly let me out. Thank you very much. So he stuffed himself up again, that lad, overhead. Yodel. Wonder how long before they change their name. We're going for a little while. Like Hermes. I can't remember what they were before. They weren't Hermes. Something else. Now they've changed to Every. Tunnel. Dutch tanker on UK plates. Very Dutch. Come on in. M4 40 miles. Two hours and I'll be there. I can have a good snooze though. Going around the top. It's going to be a bit nippier. I don't know if it's going to be as warm today. Might be. What's this crazy Belgian guy doing? Not a lot by the looks of it. Oh, these roads are horrendous. get back. This box is going into my favourite container yard. Funny, isn't it? When you go around the M25, you always think it's the inside of the M25 is all urbanised and do you know what I mean? Built on. It's not. Look at that field of rape there with the yellow flares. A bit too slow for my liking. Just starting to get a little bit busier. 6:30 in the morning, all these good people going to work. Junction 24. Sun's looking nice and orange. You can see the orange glow, can't you? Hopefully, I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not. Get me off these concrete roads. Can you hear that noise? Peace. Come on, little car, accelerate. There you go. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. On you go. Accelerate. What are you doing, you knobber? They're accelerating, but they could have done that earlier. I don't understand what goes through people's minds. Okay, get over it. Oh, braking. So it's Thursday today, week's nearly done, another week done. Another week done. It's not been too bad a week really so far, to be fair. And considering I had to overnight in Felixstowe last night, I slept all right. Well, in other news, we're seriously thinking about converting our holiday in France to a holiday in Scotland. Yeah. So I think that will probably take place. Not going to cost. It's not going to cost any difference in price. It's similar sort of distance mileage wise, so fuel won't be too different. So it shouldn't be too bad. Is he going to come straight out, or is there another lane there? There's another lane there. In actual fact, I need to get into his lane. So there you go, M25, I'll speak to you in a bit later on. Hello, just to my left, Windsor Castle. Don't know how much you can see, it's behind the trees now. Don't think you're going to see it now. Just over to the left. You only get a brief glimpse of it and I was a bit late. So, M4, westbound. All the roadworks look like they've been completed. Still a few signs dotted about, but looking good so far. Over a lane. Don't want to be going to Slough. Beautiful day. It's only warmed up to 7 degrees though. Been on the road now for 2 hours 42. So I suspect it will be Newbury that I'll stop at. I can't remember the last time I did the whole of the, well, this end of the M4. Don't use it very often. So what I'm hoping for today is I go back on the docks early hours, a nice little run to Milton Keynes for about 10, 11 o'clock or maybe earlier. So I'm back nice and early and home by lunchtime tomorrow. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Yeah, we'll see. That would be nice though. A couple of occasions on the M25 where, you know, where you get into a situation like that where you get an on slip road which has its own dedicated lane as you come onto the motorway, so it goes from a 3 lane to a 4 lane, and then so I try to get back into the left hand lane, but you still get people trying to come up on the inside of me. It's like, go round me, you can see I'm indicating to come in, but no, you still want to come up on the inside of me. Everything's getting green, isn't it? Lovely. I do like this time of year. But last autumn was, it's funny because last autumn, and I normally don't like, you know, the end of summer, beginning of autumn. But last autumn, I really enjoyed the colours. You know, I normally enjoy the colours, but it was like, yeah, beautiful. Good time, 18 miles to Reading. Doing a bit of breakfast and a bit on the old peckish side. Yogurt. It's good for me, but it doesn't really hit the spot. Might have to though. So we put some hours in last week, which reflected in my pay packet this week. We get paid weekly, which was good because after the holiday, it was a little. The old bank account was a bit depleted. Oh, the roads are nice and quiet. Just enjoy the weather. Enjoy the weather. It's just beautiful. This is what we want. All this all this sunshine is really making the plants grow. Oh, there's the old horse chestnuts out in Leaf. It's the first horse chestnuts I've seen there. Back there, they were right out in Leaf. They haven't started to bud up yet, flower. But that's a hard-working tree, isn't it? Massive leaves, massive flowers, and then a massive fruit. You know, some of the trees don't do bugger all, do they, really? You know, they just grow a bit, produce something quite small, and then that's it. No, chestnuts, they really go for it. It's a pleasure to be on nice tarmac as well. Right, I will speak to you a little bit later on. Go on. Speak to you later. Hello. Oh, this is a part of the M4 that we don't really go along too often. It's quite nice. So we're coming up to Newbury. I'm going to see if my bladder will last till Membury. Should get there just after 8 o'clock. 20 minutes away. 20-25 minutes. So yeah, that's what I'm aiming for. Lovely, it's just an enjoyable drive down, just seeing the trees and the sun shining, and you know, this is the best part of the job, really. Oh yeah, another little update. One of the houses that we saw in Scotland, we like the look of is under offer. We're weeks or days away from having the stars aligned so we can make things happen. Obviously I can't say anything at the moment as to what those stars are, which is a little frustrating, so I'd like to let you know. But I can't at the moment. But we'll get there, and there'll be, you know, if we don't get the houses that we've got earmarked at the moment, you know, one of the houses that we like at the moment might be on the market for 6 months. Might go tomorrow. Who knows? But you know, we've got to keep looking, and we've got 2 or 3 in the pipeline. You know, there's always a couple, and you know, whenever we look every other week or something like that, and we always see something that we like, goes into the list, and one may drop off, or you know, we've seen houses that we've sort of semi-earmarked. They've been on the market for a good 6 months now. So you know, it's all doable. We just gotta. It's just frustrating that we've got to, you know, we're just waiting for, like I said, we're just waiting for the stars to align. Look how gorgeous this is through here. Newbury Services, otherwise known as Chieveley, and then 13 miles to where I'm going. So at the moment there's 2 houses in Scotland we really like the look of. One has 3 houses, but one is now under offer. One has 14 acres and the other one has around 4.5. and one is a lot more expensive than the other, but one is, by the time we spent the money on the other one, the cheaper one, we'll have spent a similar sort of money to anyway. So, you know, do we cut a lot of the hard work out for us but have less acreage? Really, it depends on what's available at the time. But like when we were looking in France, we've got a strict criteria as to what we want and what we like and what is required. So it's just seeing whether it ticks the boxes or not, or has the potential to tick the boxes within 5 years. And within budget. So yeah, it's exciting stuff, and I just hope that those that, because obviously I'm not going to be, well, I say I'm not going to be driving, who knows. I actually had a look at the job market up in the Highlands, and it seems to be fairly buoyant, to be honest. Might be a lot of fridge work, and there might be a bit of container work. So I don't know. It's you know, you've got to get your goods around. Might only be class 2, I don't know, but you know, it's if I go on agency and pay the wage on it, give it a couple hundred quid a week. If I do a couple of days, that's all it takes. So we're going to play it a bit by ear, but I'm hoping not to have to. Just going to play it all a little bit by ear. See where we go. But like I say, I just hope that that those that have been with me for a while will stay with us. Because I intend to. My intentions are to carry on videoing, but more of the day-to-day life and the stresses and the struggles of being an owner of a bit of land, and what we do with it and how we make a living from it. So yeah, it could be interesting to some, might be bloody boring to some of you, and if you go, you go. That's the way it evolves, isn't it? You know, that's the way things happen. But yeah, just hope you stick around, just have a look, keep an open mind. We won't be going through driving around, well, say we won't be driving around, we might be driving around more spectacular countryside. Who knows? 10 miles. My bladder will just about make it without exploding, which would be rather horrible. Here's a question for you. Do spacemen, when they blast off into orbit and they're stuck in their spacesuits for like 12 hours, just before they go into the spacesuit, they don't like, well, I better not have that cup of tea, I might need a wee once I get going, you know what I mean? It's not like you can pull over and go, oh, I need to have a wander around and stretch the legs a bit, I need a wee. Yeah, that don't happen, does it? You know, you might be able to hold a number 2 in, but when you need a wee, you need a wee. So do they have catheters fitted? I don't know. What's the protocol for a spaceman? I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be obviously easier for a bloke, I suppose. I mean, you could Right, if you've got a little zip, you could just unzip it and pee in a bowl, can you? But a woman's going to have a little slightly different problem, I suppose, in a spacesuit. How does that work? Or do you just get all wet and sticky? Do you know what I mean? It's like, what happens? Or are they not, strapped in for that long? After a couple of hours, then go, yeah, you can unstrap, take your seatbelts off now. You're not hurtling through space at 1,000,000 miles an hour. You can get out and float about a bit and use the toilet. I wonder how that works. So I don't really want to Google in, how does a spaceman pee? Because what are you going to get if you do that? I dread to think. And I really don't want to look at the images that you get on there. Yeah, weird. Well, not weird, just, yeah. It's funny the things that go through your mind when you're driving along, especially when you're needing a wee. Well, maybe it's not. It's all part of the thing, isn't it? Oh, look at this beautiful countryside. Well, I'm glad I didn't park up the top end of the yard last night, because when I was hunting down my trailer this morning, there was a fridge unit running all night right at the top. There was 2 bays down. There was a subby parked next to it, and there was no one else parked there. So I did feel slightly sorry for it. Get my head down for an hour, plenty of time. It's I'm due in at 8:17 now. If I kept on going, I'll be there at 8:17, 20 miles to go, and I don't have to be in until 11 o'clock. So I want to be there at 10:30, which means if I leave at 10, that gives me that'll still get me super early, maybe 10:15. See how far it is when I get to Membury. You see these Gold Star, the green trucks, and I wonder if they're the same as the Gold Star with the, they're like the container trucks. The same company, Gold Star? Or are they different? 14 in the Hungerford Montage. Well, we made really good time. Didn't get held up too much, maybe slowed down 5-10 minutes if that, over the whole journey of 170, 180 odd mile, 170 odd mile. So yeah, not bad at all really. Not bad at all. Some more horse chestnuts there. They must have just exploded in the last sort of 48 hours. That's the first I've seen. Well, I don't know if they're horse or chestnut trees. Horse or sweet, I don't know, until I see the colour of the flat. So I'm going to be pulling into Membry Services. Drive time for the week. Moment, so it's going to be 28, another 2.5-3 hours today. So 31. Can't do a long job tomorrow. If I do run in, it's got to be reasonably local within a couple of hours, so I don't run over my drive time for the fortnight. I'm on around 73 hours at the moment for the fortnight. There's the Membry mast up ahead. So services are only about a mile away. There goes the board here, look. Good run, 3 hours 34 at the moment. Good solid run. Plenty of wiggle room. Just how I like it. So as long as it's a quick tip, I should be able to get this box off. Heard on the radio yesterday, as you go in here, there's charging points for electric vehicles. Heard on the radio yesterday about electric HGVs, commercial vehicles, electric commercial vehicles. And did you know that there was not one single, oh look, they repaired the road, there was not one single dedicated HGV or commercial vehicle charging point in the UK. Not one. Not one. Unbelievable. But why isn't that a surprise? Oh look, I can go where I want to go. Just here and in the shade. Actually, no, I'm going to go down here. The sun's behind me anyway, so not really going to affect me too much. And in actual fact, I'm going to go here. For a change. Easy to get in and out of. There you go. .8 I'll speak to you later. Hello. Oh, bit of a change of plan. Well, change of plan for me. I just had 45 there. I'm going to go to Swindon truck stop, get something to eat. Have some breakfast. Canopy, don't have to take a beating. Look at the size of these holes here, ridiculous. Patched with porridge. So when I get down here, I'm only going to be about 5 minutes away. So I'm even closer. It's on my way. And I'm hungry. Getting up to speed. Last time I come into this stop at Swindon truck stop, a right grumpy bloke directing the trucks into the bays. He wasn't just grumpy, he was just really offhand, you know. Not the sort of attitude you expect, really. Perhaps he was just having a bad day, but after talking to a couple of people, appears to be like it most of the time, so I don't know. I can imagine that, you know, the way he spoke to me, if he spoke to some young hot-headed bloke who's had a rough day, you know, he could be in need of some dental treatment. 'Cause it just wasn't pleasant. It's only just warmed up to 8 degrees, so it's not particularly warm, considering it's not a cloud in the sky and it's wall-to-wall sunshine. There's a bit of a breeze, I reckon. 7 degrees. Yeah, I'll have something to eat. Hoping that there's going to be parking in there. Most people will have gone to work by now. There shouldn't be too many people in there. It's probably full of work vans. Should be on site. But they're in there having a sneaky breakfast. They've already chopped the grass in there. First silage of the year. You saw that on the left, that field in there. It's already had a chop. Blimey. time off from 1.5 miles. I think that was the Rosas there. Well, they haven't pulled me, so they're getting a little bit more steep. I saw him come alongside me, and he just had his little video camera. I could just see it poking up above the door. He just looked. Saw him looking at me, and I thought, what's he looking at? So I just nodded at him, and I realised he must have been the old Bill. There you go. Bumpy, here we go. I'm off in around 1.5 miles. Might accelerate if you're going to go. So they've done all this roundabout. Make sure I'm in the right lane. Not entirely sure. Yeah, right lane. Because as I go around here, I need to be in this right hand lane. So I can turn right. We'll cover both sides. Back of Sainsbury's. Which is a bit deceiving. Christ, it's a big metal horse there. No one's trying to come around the outside of me here. All right. Swindon truck stop. I don't know what it's called these days. I don't even think it's called Swindon truck stop. En route Swindon. I'm next to a fridge. Turn me beepers off. Some boys asleep here. All over the place. Get in. Not going where I wanted to go. Let's try that. That's better. That's the one. There's all sorts of bumps there, divots in the ground. Oh. Yeah. Right, I'm going for something to eat. I'll speak to you all in a bit. Hello. Oh my days. 2.5 hours.
You will arrive at your destination at 14:25.
2.5 hours. And what makes you laugh is they get 2 hours. Just 2.5 hours.
After 600 feet, go right on the roundabout and take the 4th exit, A361.
So on the notes it says, if you are late and you haven't phoned
Go
in,
right on the roundabout and take the 4th exit.
to get a late notice booking slot to inform them that you're going to be late, it's £1,000. So if you're going to be late, there's a fine up to £1,000. But it doesn't work the other way. Like, if they take me 2.5 hours to tip a 2 hour and give them the 2 hour box, that doesn't count. It's cracking, isn't it? Unbelievable. Haulage industry, I tell you. Make it up as you go along. So anyway, time now 12:52. I'm heading for the coast.
Feet, go right on the roundabout
Well, if I
and take
continue,
the
I'd get
second
this box
exit,
off.
A419 towards Marlborough. Go right on the roundabout and take the second exit. Follow A419 towards Marlborough for 4.5 miles.
window. It's getting to that time of year, isn't it? Right, I'm going to make a phone call. Find out what the plan is. I know part of it, but we'll see if we know the second bit for tomorrow. So that depends on whether I go in today to get this box off, or I go in the early hours of the morning. Saying 2:30. One. There's one. So I don't know. I'll speak to you all later. Hello. So, 8:34 southbound. Time now is 13:32. Going to my favourite container yard to get this box lifted off, and then we are going to another container yard on Ealing Wharf to get an empty box on, ready for tomorrow morning. It looks like I'm going to be a night in the yard, which I don't mind. And not a super early start. I've got to be in Trowbridge for 8 o'clock to load. So, yeah, shouldn't be too bad. So I should be home by, oh, I don't know. Hard to say. Depends what they want to do with this box. Depends what time we've got tomorrow as to how money on a 13. So we'll see. So I'm going to burn a 15 today, I think. Unless I can get done by 4:30, parked up by 4:30, but I doubt that. We'll give it a best shot, but I can't see that happening. We're not going to hit Southampton until nearly 2:30. Might happen. There is a chance. And I'll get diesel tomorrow. Tomorrow morning I'm alright for AdBlue, but I'll get diesel. I've never been to this place in Trowbridge before. I haven't looked on the map to see where it is, so I need to do that as well. Beautiful day. Beautiful day. So not too bad a day on driving. Done 5 hours of driving so far, so I won't be any more than about 6 hours, 6.5 hours today, which is okay. And then just Trowbridge tomorrow. That's an hour and a half and an hour and a half back. 2 hours. Yeah. Got to allow 2 hours, so I'm going to have to leave it. Card in at 5:30 and then go. Well, I've got to get diesel, so maybe card in at 5. Unless I whiz through the docks and I can get back and get topped up with diesel tonight. We'll see. a good time to be getting onto the docks, so yeah, should do alright. Degrees.
Slow traffic on M271. Traffic jam ahead between A35 Redbridge flyover and A35 Redbridge flyover. 5 minutes delay.
We don't want any of that. Yeah. Well, not much to see really. So I shall bid you farewell, and unless I know, I might put you on as I go into Ealing Wharf. You can see what it's like down there. Yeah, I might do that, so I might finish up for that. Anyway, I'll speak to you all later. Hello. Well, the levels of fuckwittery are just massive. So it takes me an hour to get to the kiosk. Right, green light. Muppets. So it takes me an hour to get to the kiosk. Oh, sorry, drive, your box ain't booked in. What do you mean it's not booked in? No, we don't have no record of it. You'll have to go. I said, look, I've just spent an hour getting this far. Can I at least give me a time to get a phone call? Nothing's moving here. Oh, make a phone call. Phone up our lot. Yeah, it's not booked in. Dickheads. We'll try and do it now. Yeah, but they want me to move. Well, it's not through yet. And the woman goes in the kiosk. No, you're going to have to go. So I'm trying to get out, and it takes another half hour to get out. But the queue to get back round again, I said to our phone the officer, I said, what do you want me to do here? I'm going to be another hour before it's going to be well over. I reckon if I went round again, it'll be another hour and a half, 2 hours, and then likelihood of hitting the shift change. It's just absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? Ridiculous. So I'll come back to the yard. I said, right, well, I'm coming back because I wouldn't make going into Abacus. I mean, even if I had the box off now, which I probably wouldn't have, I probably wouldn't have been allowed to go into Abacus to go and get on Ealing Wharf to go and get my second box in because they closed down at 5. So I don't know. Not enough attention to detail. That's the trouble. I don't know whose fault it is. I don't know who books these jobs in to the container yards, but just a total waste of time, isn't it? Total waste of time. As it is, I'm likely now to burn a 15-hour day. If I'm not back by 4:30, it's 4:10 now. If I'm not back by 4:30, then I'll have burnt a 15-hour day. I don't know. I just don't know. Doesn't look too bad. Traffic flow through here seems to have eased off a bit. It was all flagged up earlier. I really don't know how that place makes any money, Porcelanosa. You never see you see the odd car in there, but oh, it's dead here now. Look. One of the lads, I was talking to one of the lads down there, and he said that it was down to one lane. Doesn't look like it is now. So only do it during the working day. Come on in, cheeky. I'd like to see you do that on your test and get away with it. All that, no signal. I hope you're not the person who's learning to drive. Well, either or. How can you teach someone to drive if you do stuff like that? That's just... That's why I never used to like parents who used to take their kids out. Because they were bloody rubbish most of the time. Right, well, still don't think I'm going to get back for our past, but we'll see. So I will speak to you tomorrow with news of what I'm doing or where I'm going. I might put you on again later once I've parked up, we'll see. We will see. Go. First time back to the yard all week, I think, innit? Whoa. I think I left Monday and I haven't been back since. Right, I shall speak to you all later on.